If you're a bear, beat it, toots, because you got something coming for you. These bull horns are going to be sharpened and they're going to be ready for the next bull market. We're going to go through the stock to flow model and how it fell down, and I'm going to show you the juiciest edge for the next Bitcoin bull run. It's going to be the secret of the 4-year cycle and why it's probably going to fail. So I'm going to tell you right now, the new meme is the 4-year cycle, friends. You have to see how opinions, how forecasts change. A lot of people always ask me, how come one day you say 100 and the next day you say 70? Habib, it's a range. You can't give one specific number. It's just like trying to guess the exact temperature in 3 years from now on a date. You don't know. But I can tell you, maybe between 20 and 25. Do you understand that? This is what happens. In crypto, there's a lot of ranges. So you look at this. In 2021, the crowd unfortunately memed the stock to flow Bitcoin model. It failed. And now the Bitcoin crowd is gathering around the 4-year cycle meme. I think it'll break in this cycle because now it is the main meme. And this is my guess. Perhaps it will start early and finish early. I want to show you what happened with the stock to flow model. I'm even going to show you how I was able to see that things were breaking. And I'm going to show you how even I was along the path thinking it was actually going to be achieved. Okay? So let me show you. This isn't a very old post, friends. Look at this. So in the Bitcoin bear market, the original stock to flow model was 50K. Okay, this was the original one. 50K was the target. But what happened was PlanB, he eventually changed it. He changed it to remove Satoshi's coins. He said, no, the target's higher because we're going to remove the coins out of circulation. And what he did was it raised the target to 100K. And it had a secondary target, 288,000. Now, as you know, we never hit that. Everybody was focused on this stock to flow model. I remember saying once as a joke back in 2021, I said, wouldn't it be a sick, twisted joke if the original stock to flow was the real model that everybody was supposed to be looking at, the 50K one? And you're going to be able to see it right here, okay? This is the stock to flow model right now. The valuation, if you will, is 50K. But do you want to know what the next cycle becomes? 500. But there is a lot of Bitcoin Maxi fighting now. A lot of people have completely thrown the stock to flow model out. And here I have my post here to show you, right? You got to learn this. Every single community goes through this. Bitcoin, Ethereum, it doesn't matter what community it's from. Every single one, they have these. In every crypto community, I always see infighting and arguments, just like the Roman Empire politicians. Bitcoin Maxis are going after PlanB for his stock to flow model. This happens everywhere. But it all gets healed when prices go up. We've got to learn, okay? So here we go. So PlanB, he's been saying, the entire Swan team has attacked me today, calling me a fraud, scammer, fake, poop coiner. Please know my content is free. So he's shilling Bybit referral links, and that's what's happening. And then we have Corey, who is a fierce Bitcoin Maxi. He basically blocks everybody as well. They both block everybody. That's funny. They're both like serial blockers. He hates it. So look at this. This guy is a classic charlatan. Leave him and his fake models back in 2019. Thousands of Bitcoiners criticized the stock to flow. BS again because some influencers can't let it go and take the L. So he's talking about this stock to flow model, friends, caused a lot of heartache because everybody believed in it. And don't forget, please like, subscribe, press the bell button and all. High value content, friends. We're here to shock the algorithm. So many websites, this is a CoinGlass website, they all have, the stock to flow price, roughly 50K for this cycle. And then after the halving goes to $500,000, $470,000, right? But this is where I'm going to help you level up now. So this is where, as an investor, as a speculator, I love the game. You have to be able to morph your opinions. You have to be able to say, okay, I was thinking price 10. Now I'm thinking price 7. You form a range. You get used to having this range in this zone. Newbies, so when people start complaining, they go, oh, you said 10 yesterday, now it's 6. Oh, those people complaining, they're the people who don't want to make it. They're the people with very small portfolios because they're desperate. They want to go to an influencer to say, tell me the exact price, the exact high. That's what they're desperate for. They can't live in a world of uncertainty. If you can't live in a world of uncertainty, you're not going to make it. I want to show you this. This is my post from September 2022. All right, September 2022. We had not formed the Bitcoin low yet. So here I am saying, it looks like the stock to flow that we can have fun with now is the original stock to flow, which is fair value at 55K. So that's what I posted, right? I said, look, after the halving, it becomes 550K. But listen to this. This is going to be interesting. I said, nobody is going to believe in that 550K possibility. So everyone will sell at 100K. Maybe a retail trap somewhere. So, baby doll, baby cakes, why am I telling you as your straight posted friend, why did I show you this? This is very interesting because I've gone back in time. If you look at this, I could not know what the next meme of the crowd is going to be, what the exit liquidity like target's going to be. As you can see, I was still thinking about stock to flow. So this is look what I said here. I said, no one's going to believe in the 550,000 possibility with this zone here. I said, so everybody's probably going to believe in 100K and they're going to get out. So, sorry, the smart money is going to get out at 100K and the retailers are going to be buying there and that's where it's going to stop. So I was saying this back in September 2022 because the only thing I could think about was stock to flow. I did not know what the next meme would be of the retailer crowd. I am here as a messenger to tell you, I've done the hard work and research and I've seen a morphing change. Stock to flow is being phased out by the crowd. The crowd doesn't want anything to do with it anymore. They believe it's a failed model and it's just, they got too much bad PTSD from 2021. Okay. We all know what happens at the top here. Okay. Everybody was buying Bitcoin between 40 to 60K, a 50K average because they believed the 100K was coming next. The 100K was coming next and it never came. Okay. That's what they thought was happening. It did not happen. So then I was thinking, okay, if they get trapped again, believing in the stock to flow, then maybe 100 is going to be where it stops. But remember, this is where I couldn't see the future yet. I assume they're still going to be caring about the stock to flow. They don't care about the stock to flow, friends. They care about the 4-year cycle. That's why I have this here for you, the 4-year cycle. This is a rotator, the cycle thing that goes up. And if you'll notice here, I know it's very hard to see, but there are specific blocks. Right, Bitcoin is a 3.5-year block cycle and it's programmed in and people noticed, we all noticed that the tops and the bottoms roughly line up with each other. So that wherever the top is, you walk forward 12 months and you have the Bitcoin bottom. We saw that exactly here, right? This is exactly here and then walk forward 365 days, bang, the Bitcoin bottom. There you go. Exactly 12 months. It's spooky. It happened in previous cycles as well. You get the top, you walk forward, here you go, 365 days, there's the bottom. Isn't that crazy? There was one here, I forgot the block here, but you can walk forward here, 400 days. You get the point, okay? It's really close, friends. It's really close. So that's why it's fascinating to look at this and to try and get a pattern as to what's happening. But this is where we now have to level up because the crowd now sees this. I was using this back in December to call the bottom. I said, well, no one believes in the 4-year cycle. Right? This has to be the bottom. This is when it was 12 months after the top. No one wanted to believe in it. But look what the crowd's now doing. Now for the bull market, everyone's going for it. Do you see how you don't see how, I'm going to show you how. That's why you're listening to me. Thank you very much, friends. Like, subscribe, share with your friends and family. Look at this. Because the 4-year cycle caused the bottom, people are now going to wrongly assume it will then tell them exactly where the top is. That's where they're going to get it wrong. I don't know this for a fact, but it's better to be safe than sorry. And when you say, what does it actually mean? Where is the top? Right? The top is 12 to 18 months after the Bitcoin halving. I have the lines here to show you. The retailer top for Bitcoin, here's 12 months, here's 18 months, okay? 12 months and 18 months. That's the top. You can go forward from the other halving from 2017. It was 18 months. Do you see this? 18 months. Okay. You can even go to the cycle even before that. We can go forward again. 12 months. So what's the crowd going to believe? Okay. The crowd is not, and I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. No one is going to say this cycle is going to be short. Everybody's going to say you go to the Bitcoin halving April 2024. You walk forward 12 months, it's April 2025, and then you add 6 months, so October 2025. That's where everybody's going to believe the top is in. They're going to believe the top is in April 2025. I don't know what comes next. I don't, okay? I'm not going to pretend to know, but I'm just telling you, everyone's going to get it wrong. They're going to get it wrong somewhere. The crowd always gets it wrong. But at least we know what the crowd is doing now. Now we can get ahead of them. We already know we're buying in the depression. You're buying a strong core favorite coins in the depression while this phase is eventually going to run out. Okay, because the bears are poopy and the bears are smelly and they poop in the woods. That is an undeniable fact. So if we were to guess, how does the crowd get it wrong? Well, there's two ways, right? Maybe they're too bearish and it goes up. But do you really think we're going to get a world where Bitcoin goes to 300 to 500,000 and literally every single person is a millionaire? Every single person. Because Bitcoin going up would mean Ethereum is 30 to 50,000. That's what it would mean. You'd basically get what, like a $1,000? No, you get like a $1,500 chain link. Doge is like $10. Do you think that world's going to happen? You know something is fishy with that world already. Probably not going to happen. We're probably going to get this bull market start early, finish early. No one's going to want to believe in the 4-year cycle, right, causing this just 12-month top. That's what they're not going to believe in. Because now, remember, they were betrayed from the stock to flow model, and now they're using this 4-year cycle. But the truth is about the 4-year cycle, this is something you got to know. If you line up the stock market with where the halvenings are, the stock market, okay, breaking the high coincides with the halvenings, right? 12 months after the halvenings. So this is super important to know. You can go back and look at every single one of these, friends. I'm not joking, okay? So there's obviously a debate, and I can tell you right now what side the crowd is on, okay? So I'll tell you right now. 95% of the crypto retailer crowd believes the Bitcoin halvening is what pushes Bitcoin to new highs. That's what they think is. So you're going to ask, what does the other 5% believe, okay? The other 5% of crypto crowd believes that the stock market correlation is what brings Bitcoin to new highs. Do you understand this? So this is why it's super important to be aware of what everyone thinks. This is what the crowd is expecting. 95% of the crowd thinks it's the Bitcoin halvening. 95%. 5% of people, like me, will say it is the stock market correlation. No one is saying this. Absolutely no one. Even though they line up perfectly, by the way. They line up perfectly. In fact, if you draw it up exactly overlay, you will see it's actually tighter to the stock market compared to the Bitcoin halvening. The stock market breaking new highs gives you a faster read as to when Bitcoin's going to do it. Isn't that fascinating to see? Yes, you've learned something today. So how does this going to play out for the future? I mean, we might find that when it comes time for the bull market to end, maybe that dark curse prophecy of the government banning themselves from owning stocks, maybe the stock market rolls over. We'll find as soon as the stock market rolls over, the Bitcoin bull run's cut early. And everyone's going to say, what happened to the Bitcoin halvening? And we're going to realize, no, as you become a big global asset, your market cap increases too big. You are now a function of the stock market and risk assets. And I even have, baby dolls, I have some very intelligent, smart and wise community members, okay? Mr. Individual, a soberano. The model might fail. So it's talking about the 4-year model. The 4-year model might fail, not because of the maths, but because of the community. The Maxis embrace everything that's detrimental to Bitcoin. Ordinals, heavy fees, derivatives, spot ETFs, custodial solutions. The list goes on and on. Yes, sir, you are halfway there, but really, it's not about the model. We already know. I've just gone through this video, right, just to show you it's more about the stonks correlation. So here we have also Mr. Coin Pamper talking about this cycle. You'll see it again and again, okay? So you even have Mr. Ox here going, is there a chance it would start late and finish late? So yeah, there is a chance it starts late and finish late, except one problem. The problem is if it starts late, the retailers win because the retailers have a lot of time to buy on the presumption that a Bitcoin ETF is coming to start the run much later. Do you think that world is going to happen? I think it's less likely that world's going to happen. There's still a chance. I'd still say there's a 10%, 20% chance. I think there's 80% chance it starts early. Because in the 20% chance, right, why I think, I just explained to you, right, retailers win. We know retailers don't win. Why would the insiders give retailers another 18 months to buy Bitcoin because there's an ETF coming? They're not going to allow them to do that. The insiders were already buying, and now the middle week can start buying, and on release, the final exit liquidity buys. That's how it works in markets. That's speculation. And I even want to show you some advanced friendship here to show you. The crowd, they threw out stock to flow model, and I said, well, this is great, okay? Because stock to flow dot implies Bitcoin gravitates towards $50,000 fair value within the next 12 months. So this is what I like. So this is where, friends, if you look too much in detail, it will confuse you. Because this is like advanced. I've been able to pick this model apart and say, well, I know each element, what the crowd believes in and what they don't. The crowd was so bearish at the lows, this post, right? This crowd was so bearish at the lows, they were not thinking 55K is possible before the next around or before or around the Bitcoin halving. By the way, this is before the BlackRock ETF. This was in April 2023, before BlackRock ETF was even on the agenda. They were not believing it. So here I am knowing, I knew, I'd be skeptical of this stock to flow now, but I said, you know what? Maybe we're going to go on track with the stock to flow and the meme's going to change and they're going to get screwed over again. So it's very interesting. So basically, people are going to be too bearish in the short term. That's what the retail are. Too bearish in the short term and then too bullish in the long term. It'd be funny if it's the opposite. When the market goes up higher than they think in the short term, that means they weren't bullish enough. And then when that happens, they're going to incorrectly assume that we're destined for $100,000. And that's what we might find where you realize, they're actually too bullish for that immediate to medium term. I even used PlanB when no one believed in him. So this is in January 2023. Bitcoin literally at the lows. I'd called the low before him, by the way. So he blocked everybody, PlanB. Look, and I said, in 2021, he lost all credibility for the stock to flow model because it crashed, right? But then it's precisely why he had that merit now. He was saying the Bitcoin bottom is in. 2024 halving greater than 32K. 2025 bull market greater than 100K. That's what he says. I hope this plays out. That's what I hope it plays out because he has no credibility, okay? So that would be a tremendously good scenario if that happens, okay? So his zone is 100K to a million. It would be... That's why if everyone believes in the 4-year cycle, friends, that's what is going to be dangerous because PlanB's got his models and his models basically go off this 4-year cycle as well. So we're just going to have to see, hey, where is the party? Where's the party at exactly December 2024 up to April 2025? All right, where's the party at? Is it 100K plus? We don't know. He might get everybody screwed again by saying we're going to have a big rally at the end of 2025. And we're going to go to 100K plus. And imagine instead we go down. And you might say, why do we go down? Well, I just told you the answer, the stock market. What if the stock market just rolls over? And then everyone will realize, oh crap, if the stock market goes down, our bull markets get cut off. Do you see how these are possibilities here that you got to plan for these? We are planning for these. That's why you like, subscribe, bell button, and all. We are planning for this already. We're aware of this years ahead in advance. I could see the crowd forming into these traps already. And you got to remember, there's that famous saying, if you can't find who's the sucker at the table, you're the sucker. You're the exit liquidity. Okay, so don't forget, I got these for you, all right? If on average, if everybody expects 100x, no one's going to buy at 90, 80, 70, 60x. I'm going to change this number. Think about this. If on average, everybody expects 120K Bitcoin, which is what they do, then no one, let me tell you this, then no one will buy at 110K, 100K, 90K. Do you see this? It's the same principle. Who's going to buy at the crowd's expectations? People only buy if there's another 2 to 3x to go, okay? Wall Street insiders, the evil ones, the evil influencers, the winners, it doesn't really matter, okay? These are the people making the money in the speculation game. They have to convince the sucker as exit liquidity that they can make a quick 2 to 3x. That's how you get them to buy the bag. So that's why when it comes to any altcoin, all right, that's why if you see an altcoin, if the crowd expects a 100x, no one's going to be buying it at 90, 80, 70, 60. You can only get them to buy at 30x to 50x from your original entry, from that price zone. This is why you can apply this to everything else. Because you got to think, someone's buying it at 50x. What do they believe in? They probably believe in the 1000x. But even the most skeptical person buying at 50x, there are skeptical people, of course. Just like how there are skeptical people buying Bitcoin at 50K. And you know what I mean by skeptical? They didn't believe Bitcoin was going to flip gold at 500, but they at least said, you know what? I like the stock to flow. It's going to give us 100K. I mean, at $50,000, I'll get a quick 2x and then I'm out. You see how the crowd gets destroyed because they're always on the same side. Fear and greed. That is greed. Okay, we all know about fear, buying the depression. That is what it comes to when it's selling in the euphoria. As time goes on and we move on, I will be speaking more about this euphoria and this how people take their pants off and all the naughty things, the glitter they do and all this weird stuff, okay? But we are nowhere near that. We are still way deep in the buy zone, okay? So don't worry about all this, but there are a lot of people that are complacent. They're saying, well, I got $1,000 in, I'm gonna make 1,000x. No, you're not. No, you are not. You know why? Because 7 years ago, when you had $1,000, the biggest guy had $10,000. But today, you've got $1,000. The biggest guy has 4.5 million. That's the ultimate difference. I can't spell it out any more clear for you, friends. But you know what? I can spell out our friendship. Me and you, we're going to make it together. Doesn't matter how low or high the prices go, friends. Tell mum and dad we still love them, we appreciate them. Catch you in the next one.